Welcome back to Richland Center. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, as we are ready to get things going. In fact, more than ready, we are. Taking on the tournament action here. Going to get this camera number 3 quite set here. There we go. Well, as we come back, do we get new sheets? Oh, that's so nice. They're pretty thoughtful. Let's take a look at 106 pounds. We have a pinning combination going on, and we are going to get the pin. Reedsburg in Traynor Curtin is going to pick up the pin. He gets that pin in 1:27. A 1:27 pin time. There's your champion over Haiti of Richland Center. Just yell for him. Meanwhile, let's take a look over on mat number 1 as Kirk is doing a good Samaritan thing there by passing up the information there. You got to like that. But so we have a championship with Reedsburg and Curtin, I should say. He picks up the win with the pin over Haiti. We do have a match number on mat number 1, and that is going to be, looks like River Valley and Boscobel. I could be off on that.
I think that's Monroe down there.
Oh, you're right. It is Monroe.
Yep.
Sooner or later, I knew I would do that.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that is probably in the wrestleback down there for 7th. Yes, for 7th.
Okay,
that's
for 7th.
going to be Johnson from River Valley against Minder from Monroe.
And then I have Geyer on mat number 4. Geyer of Westby taking on Fry of GET, and that's a 1-0 score with Geyer out in front. I don't know if there was a match. I don't think there was.
See, remember, this is the one where the young man got hurt.
Was that the one?
Yes.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Yes.
So that's an injury default there. So Gray of Toma gets 3rd place in that match. And again, we wish the young man, Gavin Mirabelli from Riverdale, I hope the best for you.
Right. No kidding. That's just don't want anybody to be injured and out.
A lot of stuff. He's only a freshman, so a lot of stuff coming forward.
Right. Kurt, can you see if you can move the camera just a little bit? There you go. There we got more of the mat. It might be that's pretty good. Okay, that'll help us a lot right there. Picking up some back points. The viewfinder, the very top of the camera is where you can go in or out on the pan.
Right here?
That right there. There you go.
Ooh,
if you go a little close.
That's a little close, yeah.
Otherwise, you'd be running the camera a lot.
Too much of Michael. Whoop, wrong way again.
There you go.
We'll
that's
stick
pretty
with that.
good. Yeah, that's pretty
with
good.
That. That's pretty good for an amateur. Again, a fantastic Hall of Fame here. Hopefully Ken got some of that on there.
Yeah, very nice.
Very nice inductees. We'd especially like to mention, again, Eric Olson from the Richland Observer. It's fantastic that a lot of Hall of Fames, sports recognition, have been very good about starting to recognize people like WRCO that are sitting above us, and Richland Observer and several of these other news organizations, broadcasting organizations here in southwest Wisconsin that have just done a tremendous job of not only televising and promoting and broadcasting wrestling, but all of high school athletics. We really appreciate their effort and the commitment to our athletes and community. Thanks again, guys, and congratulations, Eric Olson and the other inductees in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that was a great, just a really nice program. Great to see. Brings back a lot of memories seeing some of those guys wrestle from way back. Well, speaking of wrestling, Troy Cleary is up here beside me to my right here. I'm just going to take the mic and we're just going to do a quick little impromptu chat here. How's that, Troy?
Okay.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we had a really good round that last round. Not even sure if we lost a match, but the guys wrestled tough. They wrestled smart. Told them to stay in position, and that's kind of the same thing we're gonna, keep telling them to do in the final round.
This has been always a great tournament. You guys have a nice bunch and a good squad coming in today. You're in the top 3, and did you guys have whatever kind of expectations coming in? What was kind of the goal for the team in practice?
Well, our goal was just to come out and each individual to do their best, and we'd let the team score take care of themselves. And we knew we had a shot. We're actually missing 2 starters today, so we felt we could win this tournament. It's not going to happen. I mean, it still has a chance, but it's going to be really tough. But if we can do it, it'll be, another great round we have to have. But no, we kind of knew we would do. We wanted to place in the top 3 for sure.
Looking ahead, you got the bi-state coming up. This is really a nice tournament to kind of get ready for that huge tournament up at La Crosse.
Yeah, it is. We got kids that still haven't even gone a 6-minute match, and that's going to be big up in the further rounds, the top rounds, to get to the placement matches and to get to the next day. You got to be able to wrestle 6 minutes, and that's one thing that we are really, we really need to get some 6-minute matches in, and hopefully we can get that done today.
A final question here, Troy. I noticed that you have the front half of your season is really loaded with tournaments, and then is that so you can kind of get a little more fine-tuned for January and get ready for the state tournament trail?
Oh, I'm not so sure about that. We just try to get the events that we want.
Sure.
We try to stay close. The Dells Duels, we were in that. The reason we got into that this year is we knew we had a senior class, and I asked them if they wanted to do a tournament like that because we knew it was going to be tough, and they said, yeah, we'll do it. And it was a fun experience. We didn't win all the matches that we wanted to win. We had a tough match with Shiocton, which is a number 7 team in Division III, and we were 1 match away from winning that. And I think we kind of wanted to go up there and just get the kids to realize what it takes to win the big dual meets, and to have that type of competition, team-wise, not individual. We can do individual tournaments anywhere, but as a team, we need to learn how to win the close matches because you're actually scoring more team points in them type of a duel than you would a tournament.
Well, Troy, we wish you the best of luck the remainder of the season. We'll see you up in the La Crosse Center. We'll try and get together and have another chat.
Yep, that sounds good to me.
All right, Troy Cleary, co-head coach here for the Weston Ithaca Co-op team. Always glad to see him pop up here. And Kirk, let's turn it back to you and give us a quick update. What's going on?
Well, a quick update. We had a winner down there in the 7th place match. It was Minder from Monroe winning down there. And we still have our 3rd place match going on down here on mat number 4. Excuse me, that's our 5th place match. I know Troy maybe can't hear anymore, but I am going to pimp him a little bit and say if you are interested in team sectionals, pencil in that date and place at New Lisbon come later this year. And I don't want to jinx anybody, but boy, that could be a barn burner with the likes of coming in there. There's the potential of, we'll say, Iowa Grant / Fenimore, Mineral Point / whoever, and then
Ithaca
Weston or Westby,
Viroqua. You don't know.
That is, and then Aquinas coming out of the north against whoever they're up against. But some of the most highly rated teams here in southwest Wisconsin all going to match up on that date. So pencil that one in because like Troy just said, if things go according to plan, that could be one fantastic tournament.
Yeah, that is just going to be exciting, and I think it will be packed. I think people are going to want to see that.
Definitely.
Well, down here was 5-1 is your score here in the 106-pound 5th place match.
And that's finally going to be the final, I believe.
Okay, 5-1.
Yep, 5-1 for the young man from
Westby
yes.
picking
Nice
up the
job
win.
by him.
All right. 5-1 your score. We'll take a little break here. And now we're going to move into 106 pounds. Our thanks to Advanced Pump and Well Solutions. That's Larry and Shelley Ferguson, located right here in downtown Richland Center. Also thanks to Ash Creek Plumbing, Heating, and Electric, Dale Wallace and crew for all your home, business, and farm plumbing and electrical needs. 647-5530. Badgerland Flooring out here on Highway 14. Great selection of carpet, hardwood, vinyl, laminate, tile, you name it, they got it. It's Highway 14, thanks to Amy and Jamie Gander. Well, also let's take a look here about Belmont Platteville Wrestling Club. They've come in and done a really nice job. You know, it's probably been about a dozen years, maybe even 14 or 15. They've been helping support programs such as this. We appreciate their help. They will be having a tournament coming up on Sunday, January 16th, is my understanding, for the youth. And thanks to the Cashton Wrestling Club, they will have a tournament coming up usually in the early part of March, so we look forward to that. Well, let's go to 113 pounds, and let's see who we have out here on the mat.
Well, first of all, we have in our championship match, Ken. I'll introduce them, and you come back and cover this one. But we have Brock Haskins, a senior, taking on in the championship round. He's taking on Cade Parrish from Reedsburg. In our third place match, we have Austin Cushman taking on young lady Alexis Weineke from from Baraboo. And then in our fifth place match, we have Hatfield, which would be Wesley Hatfield. He is taking on the young man from AJ Willett from GET. And then we have a bye, so our seventh place winner will be Jackson Lewis from Weston Ithaca.
Tell you what, we got a pretty good match going on for that third place match already, Kirk, and now we got and besides the championship, it's 2-0 here in favor of Hoskins. And Winnicki has picked up a 4-2 lead in that third place match. So those are going to be exciting matches.
Yep, very good. Brock Hoskins, a senior from Westby. Not too often you see seniors down in these lower weight classes.
Right.
So good way for him to finish out his career. Currently, with his 2 wins so far today, he's 17-1 on the year.
you take a look at what he's been able to accomplish. And I said this when Chuck was here helping. I'm like, it seems like Hoskins was on the 5-year plan. He's been around so much, but he's been on the varsity, for all those years for the Norsemen. And, he's just doing a great job here this year so far.
I mean, he looks like a fine, fit young 113-pounder. He's well physically put together.
Taking a look on mat number 4, we got a 2-2 score down there. That should be the 5th place match.
Yes, that is the 5th place. Hatfield from River Valley. He's taking on Willett from GET.
Still 2-0 your score here with Hoskins out in front over Parrish of Reedsburg. Parrish trying to stand up. Hoskins doing a great job of following and brings them back down to the mat as time runs out. Choice here is going to go to Parrish, and he says, I'll defer, take my chances on the 3rd period. Hoskins elects to go down right away. Winnicky has extended her lead over here in mat number 3 by a score of 6-2, Kirk, and she's really doing a nice job controlling the tempo of that match.
Yeah, doing a very nice job of riding. Very strong crossbody ride, a double hook in. So she's got her opponent well controlled, looking for a half, and if she can get that half in, she could have Cushman in a lot of trouble, but he's doing a fine job fighting it off. But there it goes over now, and it could be tough. Well, here, there's the pin.
Wow. Tell you what, she had that very solid.
Tight.
Yeah, that was pretty tough.
So we're down to 2 bouts in this round. Still the championship match, as Ken said. Not a lot of activity, but a lot of control there by the young man from Parrish from Reedsburg. He's pretty well rode Hoskins almost this whole 2nd period.
Well, that's the one thing that Hoskins is going to want to work on, especially when you hit that state tournament trail. You've got to be able to get out from underneath. And I think we're going to get a warning for stalling here, Kirk. Thanks going out to some of those sponsors. Let's take a look. How about, we talked about Century 21. That is the Brenninger family. Thanks to Chris and Paul and all the crew down there when it comes to looking for your dream home. Stop in and talk to Century 21 folks here, the Brenninger family. Checkered flag in Reedsburg. Thanks to Tim and Brenda McMillan for their continued support of today's broadcast. We'll have this on a tape delay basis. We'll have it on our YouTube channel. That'll be WWVP. You can go to that and watch some of these matches all over again.
Winding down the last 15 seconds here, this 2nd period, still no score, 2-0 in favor of Hoskins. And on the other end, we have a 5-2 score, and that would be in favor of the young man Hatfield from River Valley.
I'm going to swing our camera 3 over here on this as well, so we'll have a little further view and then just a touch closer in this championship match. 2-0 the score remains, and we're going to go into period number 3 here with, again, a 2-0 lead for Hoskins of Westby. Boy, trying to get up right away was Parrish, and Hoskins really locked onto those hips and brought him back down to the mat.
Well, like you say, Ken, if you can't get out from underneath, you better be a good rider.
Yes, no kidding.
And he showed he was a good rider in the 1st period.
Now it's going to be up to him to try and come up with a pinning combination, try and extend his lead here and get some breathing room, as we say.
Yeah, because like you say, Parrish has been doing a nice job trying to get out and got to his feet there, but they went out of bounds. A little more scoring down there by Hatfield. It's now he leads 7-2 in the last 50 seconds, but we're going to stay here with the championship out as Ken keeps up on that.
Well, it's still 2-0 here with under a minute and a half to go in the match. Brock Hoskins of Westby, the top seed, coming in at 15-1. Taking on Cade Parrish, a freshman. Parrish had knocked off the number 2 seed in Alexis Winnicky by a fall at the 1 minute mark in the semifinals to earn his spot. Right now, Now we're going to get a warning for stalling here. Good tight waist and locked up hip to hip. Scott Brookman is a veteran official, and he's not going to let that go very long, obviously. Here's a Granby roll trying to get one, and Hoskins follows that through. Parrish trying to get up and trying to hip out, and down to the mat they go out of bounds. Good job collapsing that far hip by Hoskins. But Parrish, you got to like his energy level, Kirk.
Oh, yes, definitely. It's a good match. There was a final down there in our, that would be our 5th place match, is Hatfield from River Valley wins 7-3 down there as we come back to our championship match with 40 seconds to go and still a 2-0 lead.
Well, I tell you, the control factor going on here with both these wrestlers on the mat in referee's position has been extraordinarily, well done. But now, of course, Hoskins has to remember and be aware that he has been warned for stalling. Out of bounds they go, and checking to make sure it wasn't locked hands. Scotty Brookman is just checking with Adam Guthrie here just to make sure, and they say, yep, we're okay so far. Parrish trying to sit out here, and Hoskins doing a good job of following through, back on the normal riding position, now trying to hip up and over, but those legs are caught. 10 seconds to go. Hoskins readjusts, get his hips back on top, throws the legs in, and he is going to control this match right to the end, and that's it. The takedown in the first period stands true, and it's a 2-0 victory here at 113 pounds for Brock Hoskins of Westby with the victory.
Very controlled match the whole way, Kenny. He looked like a seasoned veteran.
That he did. Well, our thanks going out to Community First Bank. Bottom line, it's a great customer service for everyone as Community First Bank here in Richland Center. Coon Valley Telecommunications down there in Coon Valley. Appreciate their support. And, of course, they continue to serve Coon Valley, Chaseburg, and Stoddard. Culvers of Viroqua bringing you tonight's action here from the Richland Center Fieldhouse. Great tasting Butterburger, Deluxe Burger, and more. And one more real quick as we get ready. It's Dairyland Transportation. Joe Hall reminding you, tempered control cargo, dry goods for the agricultural industry. Joe can haul it all.
Well, looks like we're finally as you get into these middleweight classes up to a full gamut of matches here. All 4 mats going here at once as we hope our cameras are live and on you. But we'll start with our championship match here in the middle, and that would be Knockreiner, be Wyatt Knockreiner from River Valley, and he takes on Brogan Middlestad from Reedsburg in the champ. Nope, excuse me, I got to go down here and get the Monroe kid. Sorry. He takes on Garrett Vogel from Monroe in the championship match. Then down on mat 1, that would be Westby down there, which would be in the 7th place match. That's Geyer from Westby taking on McGuire from Riverdale. What do you got on your end, Ken?
Well, over here on the 3rd place match, it's going to be Middlestead of Reedsburg. He came in as the number 1 seed but got knocked off in the semis, and now he is taking on Oberg, Peyton Oberg, a freshman from Baraboo. So it's a junior and a freshman here on mat number 3, the lower left. And over on the right-hand side of the bottom half of your picture, it is Toma and Belmont Platteville. This is Ulrich from Baraboo, not Baraboo, excuse me, Belmont Platteville taking on Finch from Toma. And that's a 5-0 score here, and it's in favor of Finch. He is taking the early lead.
This Ulrich kid's a fine young freshman for Belmont Platteville. They have high hopes for him.
Uh-huh.
I got 4 grandkids, well, 3 now left in Belmont since the oldest one graduated. So I do know a little bit about Belmont, Platteville yet.
Get a little handle on them there.
Yep.
Coming up with a half Nelson series here right now on mat number 3, the 3rd place match. Now we're going to get a pin over on mat 4.
That's a young man from Toma getting the fall there.
Got that in 124, or 134, excuse me, 134.
He wins 5th place there at 120. In our championship match, we have a 2-0 score in favor of the young man from Monroe over Knockreiner as we start the 2nd period. I apologize, Ken. I'm trying to pull up track wrestling, too, so I can maybe find some team scores here a little bit.
Well, I think, I know, hearing and listening to Troy, the Ithaca Weston squad is pretty much,
well.
Yeah, they're doing well. They're in 3rd place. GT Melmin was in 2nd, I mean. This championship match, 2-0 your score. Knockreiner from River Valley came in as the number 5 seed and worked his way into the championship match. Here's a pin for 3rd place. This is going to be Baraboo picking up the pin. Oberg.
Yes.
Pins Middlestead. And that time was I'll make it 2:35.
Yep,
2:35.
Yep.
So Oberg with the victory.
Championship match is still 2-0 in favor of the young man Vogel from Monroe. That would be in our 7th place match between McGuire and Geyer from Westby. That's still knotted up 2-2 in the 2nd period, midway through with 1:09 left to go. We focus now on our championship bout and be watching that. We have Knockreiner from River Valley going against Vogel from Monroe. 13 seconds left here, 10 seconds left here in the 2nd period. Still going takedowns, and not much happening there except a lot of counter against counter. Period ends 2-0. Point down on the other mat is that match now is tied 2-2 with 45 seconds to go in the 2nd period. As we go to an important 3rd period with Vogel being down here to start out the 3rd period. So Knockreiner is going to have to find a turn if he's going to try to get on the scoreboard. As we get close to a fall on the other end, as we turn to that, and there all of a sudden the young man McGuire, which that would be, we'll get his first name here since he just scored a fall. Chase McGuire from Riverdale scores a pin in the third place match, and he will be your place winner there. So we're down to the one match, our championship match that we'll keep an eye on. And with the young man Vogel, as you were watching, he scored an escape, and now the score is 3-0 with 1:25 to go here in the third period. You want to try to get some more sponsors in there, Ken?
Yeah, we can definitely talk about Rick Fruit and the Driftless Area Hunters Outlet, thanking him. Boy, when it comes to your ammunition needs, be sure to stop in and talk to Rick, and all kinds of great hunting, for guns that you could use. He's got a great assortment. Thanks to Genuine Telecom right here in Richland Center, proud to sponsor the RC Wrestling Tournament, and I hope you're enjoying the whole broadcast.
Still the 3-0 score here, so Vogel coming close to getting a takedown, though, if he can get up on top. Knockreiner still has a leg, though, trying to lift it. I think we're going to hit a stalemate. Yeah, there we go. I knew Michael was getting tired of watching that.
Yeah, that's a good call.
40 seconds to go, 3-0 score in favor of Garrett Vogel, your number 2 seed, taking on Wyatt Knockreiner, the 5 seed, coming into this as a freshman.
Yeah, he's had a nice tournament.
Yes, he has.
When you can do things like that, you got to feel good about what you're doing.
Well, Vogel, a senior, so seasoned veteran. Nice shot here by Knockreiner. Can he come up on top? Get into that spaghetti wrestling again, and we're running out of time here for Knockreiner too. He's just going to have to try to stack something up here, and maybe that time expires, and there's your champion. Garrett Vogel from Monroe wins for them and their first champion.
Well, Monroe did not bring too many wrestlers here, but I tell you what we've seen, they've done a pretty nice job with things. They've been very, very tough.
Up, but they had, like you say, we talked about fall sports earlier. Monroe had a nice football season this year too.
Yes, they did. They were knocking on the door. Didn't they get to the Final Four in their division?
I think they were damn close if they weren't in it.
If they weren't, yeah.
If they weren't in the Final Four, they were in the Final 8.
Yes. pretty good that way. Well, let's take a look at a couple more of those sponsors. The Titan Wrestling Club. Speaking of great wrestling, GT Mel Min Co-op Squad. They've been in the state team tournament a couple years in a row. They're looking to try and make some noise and get back in there once again. Doing a great job here today. They were at least in second place. Probably going to hang on to that. Archie Lumber, you're looking for top quality products for your next renovation or construction project. Be sure to stop in or call Scott Parrish at Archie Lumber in Laval. Well, let's take a look here as we turn the page. We also will turn the page with our weight class as we move to 126 pounds. Ken Manning along with Kirk Lair as we bring you the championship round of this 58th annual high school wrestling tournament. And I tell you what, Richland Center, this has been just a very, very smooth tournament throughout.
And they're actually running ahead of time, which somewhat hurt them a little bit in their Hall of Fame thing because they thought it would be closer to 3, and they might have missed a few of their inductees making it here on time. But it, like Bill Twining said, you know, with the COVID and everything else, they didn't do the Hall of Fame last year, so they tried to put it here with a, you know, this is a fine event, like you say, 58 years of this, and they wanted to put it in there where they could really showcase the Hall of Fame inductees, and a fine job done by the Hall of Fame committee there, and some great inductees to add on the wall out there in the hall.
You know, I remember going back when it was at the old Richland Center High School, going and watching this tournament, and it was, I remember Dale Emshoff and I went and watched, and my folks brought us over. We went up and we sat way up on the top and watched this tournament. Just wonderful. I mean, you just get enamored with the sport when you watch them.
Yeah, it was those days back in the old Richland Center High School gym up there by the hospital was pretty fantastic. You know, I can remember times running into that gym myself, and standing room only crowd to people like Mineral Point and stuff like that. You don't see a lot of that nowadays, but every once in a while you will run into it. I guess they had a really fantastic duel last night at Mineral Point between Fenimore and Mineral Point. That was a Hall of Fame night in the whole works. That was pretty exciting. So a lot of great wrestling here in Southwest Wisconsin, and you get a chance, come out to some of these tournaments. It's good to see, you know, we're back to crowds there, and it's good to see the excitement again here.
Right, it really is. Well, let's take a look at the scoring here on this championship match at 126 pounds. It's featuring Trenton Curtin, who is a junior, came in at 14-2. He's put 3 wins together, now sits at 17-2 the top seed, taking on Minahan from Monroe. And he was the number 3 seed, only a freshman here, Kirk, and he's pulled off a couple of upsets and now is finding himself with I think he's about 17-2, somewhere in there, 16-2 record. But again, an excellent job here by the freshman, and he is battling here in the finals. He's going to find himself back down on the mat with Curtin of Reedsburg on top, leading 2-0 as they're in period number 2 and a minute and a half remaining in this second period of action. We also have a 2-0 score in a third place match, which is in the lower left. That is a Toma wrestler in Bloom taking on Duffy of Riverdale. That could be a dandy one.
Gee, higher the handicap, Kim. They're fun to watch. I did finally get the team scores.
Oh, you did?
I don't know of when this is. It says 2:30, but right now we have Reedsburg out in front, like you had mentioned earlier, at 2:24. GT Melrose at 2:12, and Ithaca Weston in third place, a solid third at 2:07. So I would say right now it's a good solid three-team race there, because it falls down to Baraboo there at 170. So pretty exciting to see that, and we wish the all teams good luck, but you and I have to kind of somewhat root for that Ithaca Weston squad.
Just a little there, I do.
I'll root right along with you. He even had Jacob. I was helping do some farm work this year, and he even blew a little silage into my wagon.
Is that right? Well, good for him. And at least he hit a strike, right? Hopefully.
Well, he did better than I did, that's for sure.
Well, I tell you, it's amazing what they do anymore. Trying to come in with a half Nelson series. That was Bloom of Toma. We saw that, but boy, I tell you what, Duffy did a great job of fighting that off. for the Chieftains. He is trailing, though, 4-0 to Bloom. Meanwhile, in that championship match over here, it's now knotted up at 2 apiece. Got a good one going here.
And came out there with a real nice Granby roll to get the escape and tie it up.
They'll battle for takedowns here with 20 seconds remaining in period number 1. Trying to get a little bit of a short drag was Curtin, and able to push him off on that one was Minahan. Time is getting low. Nice single shot. Trying to spin out of that. Can they get it? They do. Right at the end. In fact, time is going to go 3 seconds remaining as they go out of bounds.
And might have a little injury time out here, though. Nice shot there by Curtin from Reedsburg to secure that takedown on the edge. To move down there in our other placement matches, 5-2 there in the far mat. And that would be the match going on between fifth place match, Hanson from Westby, right? Yeah, Hanson from Westby taking on Prohaska from River Valley. And in that match, it is Hanson leading 7-2 for the Norseman.
And he just was called for locked hands, so he'll give up a point, making it 7-3.
We're going to have a final here on our third place match. That would be Bloom from Tomo winning 4-2.
All right.
So we must have had, I guess I don't remember seeing the seventh place match.
I don't know that there was one either.
It listed here as we were supposed to have Baraboo Cashton, but it must have had a forfeit or injury default there too.
Well, more of those sponsors while we wait here on this championship match. Let's take a look at Inspired Innovations. That's thanks going out to Jenny Ewers. Be sure to give them a call or stop down. Precision haircuts, perms, colors, highlights, waxes, nails, you name it. Great tans? Well, that's Inspired Innovations. Jones Chevrolet in RC here right on the outskirts. Sales and service. Call them today. Find out what they can do for you. Looking for any new or used vehicles. Well, final down there on the far mat, Kirk.
Yes, I got his first name here now to honor him. Is it Blake Hansen wins 7-3 down there to take fifth place for the Westby Norsemen.
Okay. Thanks also going out to Laval Telephone Cooperative, serving Laval and Kaz. Well, it's been nearly 60 years as they continue to serve the two communities. And, of course, they also can pipe some of their shows over into that Reedsburg area, so folks in Reedsburg able to maybe pick up on some of this stuff down the road. That's always a great thing. Napa Parts, Jones Auto Parts, here in Richland Center, just outside town on Highway 14. Well, that's going to be the final.
Well, we're going to have an injury default there, I guess.
Injury default, so it's going to be Curtin picking up the win here on that injury default. But, you know, it's just one of those where you don't want to risk anything more. You can't blame him for that, and, you know, kind of go from there and keep yourself healthy for next week or two.
I think you hit the nail right on the head there, Ken. Hopefully it's not a serious injury, but I think the young man from Monroe and his team and his coaches decided, I got bigger things. Like you said, yep. Monroe, I know, is in the bi-state too, you know.
Yeah,
so
right.
Get healthy for later on. It's nice you're in the finals here. You know.
Yep. Well, let's take a look here now at 132 pounds as we move into that weight class. Our thanks going out to one more of those quick sponsors, and then we'll mention Manio Dairy Farms. Well, Ran and Heidi and my mom, Elma, of course, Custom Chopping. They wish all of you a joyous Christmas time.
That's that chopping group that let me work with them.
Is that right? Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's got to be a crew and a half right there.
I know it. I said they let me work with them.
You get an education with them.
That part was fun.
I can only imagine. Well, here we go, 132 pounds. Let's take a look at Kirk. You want to set the stage for us on that again?
Yeah, let's start out with our championship match. We have Gavin Finch from Toma, and he is taking on Block, and I got to find his first name here. Jackson Blaken from GET in the championship match. In our third place match, we have Shu from Monroe, and he's taking on Layton from Riverdale. And then in our fifth place match, we have Spenceley from Belmont Platteville, and he takes Harrods on from Reedsburg. And then finally in our seventh place match, we have Harder, which Ken talked about him earlier, taking on Novacek from Hillsboro. 4-1 in our championship match, we have Bemis from Toma leading.
2-2 score on our third place match. That's the lower left. Tell you what, that's just some quick action going on over there.
You betcha there is. They're really going after it. 0-0 down in our, I believe that's down there is our fifth place match. Yep.
Fifth place, okay.
At seventh place up here by the stage, and that is Cashton and Hillsboro going at it. That is 2-1 in favor of the young man from Hillsboro.
At fourth place, mat number 4, which is the fifth place match. That's Harrods of Reedsburg. Well, he takes a nice deep shot, and he is going to get the first points on the board here as he gets the takedown against Spenceley. Actually, I take that back. Spenceley had picked up a point. I'm not sure what had happened earlier, but now with the lead is Harrods of Reedsburg.
I think that was an escape and a takedown, Ken, because
okay.
of the second period.
Oh, it is a second.
Yep.
I didn't even notice that one.
That's all right.
We're
just glad our viewers can see.
There you go.
And they can fill in in the gaps for us.
They can cover. There you go.
They're going, Ken, that was an escape and a takedown.
Where were you on that?
Well, we got the score right.
There you go.
Oh, now it's 2-2. We missed more.
Well, all right.
Oh, wow. There's some real action going on down there. Another takedown by Spenceley, and now he leads 4-2. Almost had some back points there.
Well, Spenceley came into this tournament also. He was the number 2 seed, Kirk, and he got knocked off by Blaken, who is in this championship match. He's had a great day so far.
Well, there's a pin on mat number 3, in the third place match. And that was the young man from Monroe, Shu from Monroe, getting the pin against Riverdale, Layton, and he will go home with the third place medal.
2:02 pin time there, Kirk.
Yep, very good for him. 4-1 yet in favor of Finch in our championship match as we're a minute 20 left in the second period. And then a 3-1 score down there in our seventh place match, and that's still in favor of the young man from Hillsboro.
Blaken, as I mentioned, came into today's tournament. He was 5-5, came in as the number 7 seed, won his first match by a fall, and then knocked off Carter Spenceley 5-1.
Yep, tremendous semifinal for the young man.
6-3 your score down on mat number 4 as they go to period number 3. Spenceley has that 3-point advantage right now.
Bemis just extended his lead here in the second period to 6-1 with 45 seconds to go. In the second period, winding down there on mat number 1 with a 5-1 score, but I think could have been the young man from Cashton coming back harder. Might have scored a pin. Yes, he did. What a comeback for him. I didn't see the reversal there, but again, we'll count on our crowd saw it. He came back with a reversal and a fall there at the end of the second period.
Well,
Congratulations to him.
Yeah, no kidding. That was
Abraham Harder picking up 7th place here for the Cashton Eagles.
lead is now extended to 6-1 as time runs off the clock here in period number 2 in this championship match. Finch will keep the lead.
6-1. A little more activity down on your mat, Ken, but we're in the third period down there, and it's still now Spenceley with a 6-3 lead with 1:15 to go on that match.
He snuck out that lead at the end of period number 2 and has just been riding real tough here on his opponent, Inherits from Reedsburg. Trying to shake down a little action here. Blaken on top, trying to get his opponent in Finch to the mat here where he can work those legs even better, but good call on the stalemate. Thanks again to some of those sponsors. Nordic Lanes, hope you're enjoying today's action up there at Nordic Lanes. Bowling, a great way to reconnect with the family and friends. There's a season for everything up at Nordic Lanes. And we've been trying to push and let you know that Monroe Wrestling Club is going to be having their annual wrestling tournament after a 1-year hiatus. There's a reversal and going to be a 9-1 lead for Finch. But Monroe Wrestling Club, on Sunday, January 26th, they will have their youth wrestling tournament, USA cards required, and they're going to have a great breakfast there. It's just a really, really good time. A lot of excellent wrestling. $20, folks, pre-registration. They will allow walk-ins, but that will cost you $25.
Well, we're a minute left here in our championship match. As you were watching, Bemis extended his lead now to 9-1 with a minute left in the period. And down in our other match that's going on right now, a little bit of comeback there. 8-6 though, but 5 seconds left to go. All Spenceley needs to do is ride it out, and he will be your 5th place athlete, and he does do it. 8-6 the final down there.
Yeah, he had to work at it, didn't he? That's to be expected.
Good early tournament here. I actually we'll get to the point we probably just will call them mid-season tournaments.
Right.
When you get to the end of December here. But these are the type of tournaments where, like you say, now between the tournaments going on today and then the Christmas tournaments, we'll call them, things get interesting and people start getting really excited of what can January bring.
Well, I tell you what, and isn't that the most exciting time when you're about a week away from that regional? Everything is so heightened, you that conference tournament, and you're just like, this is it. This is the wrestling season.
10-1 your final there in the championship match as Gavin Finch finishes a nice tournament with the championship for the Tolman. Guess now I got to remember that. What did they
Timberwolves.
Timberwolves. There we go. I almost
yes.
said that word.
I know. I hear you. All right. No
Timberwolves.
kidding. Timberwolves.
Nice
There you
job.
go. All right. Well, thanks going out to O'Reilly Auto Parts. Thanks to Bill Klemick. Stop in and see the folks here in Richland Center, Viroqua, down at Prairie du Chien, over in Toma, all kinds of areas. I know Bill keeps an eye on 13 different stores, and I tell you what, he is a busy guy. Bill, of course, from the Cashton area. Thanks to him for his terrific support. Also, thanks right here in the home territory, it's the Phoenix Center. This has been such a great place. They have banquet facilities, family bowling, league bowling going on, a place to gather with family and friends. It's the Phoenix Center, thanks to Tom and Amy. Well, let's take a look here at 138 pounds as the tournament moves along.
Well, in the championship bout, we have Tanner Anderson from GET Melmin, our number 1 seed in the championship match. He takes on Tanner Paulson, the number 2 seed from Belmont Platteville. In our third place match, we have Dubach from Monroe. He takes on Trevin Thielman, the fine senior from Richland Center, in the third place match. And then in our fifth place match down at the far end, we have Bemis from Toma. He's taking on Snyder from Reedsburg. We do have an injury default, so White from River Valley will be taking 7th place.
Okay.
Almost halfway through championship match, we have the young man from Anderson from Gilwellsville, I would just say GETMM, and he's winning 2-0 here. One of the more experienced wrestlers here for the GET program.
I'll tell you, he is just one solid wrestler. He's been on the varsity all 4 years. He's been knocking on the door with the state tournament. I think he made it last year or maybe 2 years ago as a sophomore. I know he didn't make it as a freshman, but he is a quality wrestler.
Just fine to see that program. You and I remember back in our era where you had, we honored a Dobbs here today, and that's relative of the Dobbses from Melrose Monroe.
Yes,
so it was
correct.
very appropriate that would happen today here at Richland Center High School.
Yeah.
But some really tough Dobbses and some really tough athletes. And Melmin, like you mentioned earlier, GET has been at the state tournament the last couple of years and really represented Southwest Wisconsin very well.
Well, Pete and the crew and Ernie up there at Melmin, tell you what, those guys, they really did a great job together. And then Ernie Brodsky decided to step away and retire, but Pete has kept things going.
What a great career that Ernie had.
Yes.
And Pete is just a fine individual taking over that program.
Right. We're going to get some back points here as Anderson of GET Melmin picks up 2 more, and he'll lead by a major decision so far at 9-0.
Injury timeout in our third place bout. I believe the young man from Monroe is struggling with an ankle, but it looks like maybe they got it fixed here, and we're going to go back to action. He leads in that bout 2-0 over the young man from Richland Center.
That's Thielman, yeah.
Yes.
And then down here on mat number 4 in that 5th place match, it's a 5-0 lead here, and I believe that is that Reedsburg on the bottom. I think Reedsburg has the lead. He does.
Yes, Toma is the red band, yep.
That's Schneider of Reedsburg taking on Bemis of Toma.
Yes. Oh, wait, Reedsburg's got the red band.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Ken. Bemis is winning that one, 4-0.
Oh, okay. I got
we're color blind and a few other things, but we once in a while figure out the rabbit.
Oh, it's the other red.
Anderson's still piling up points down here in the championship match. He was up 12-0. If he gets 3 here, it might be a tech fall. And that's what he's got.
Wow.
Technical fall there for Anderson. 15-0 over Paulson from Belmont Platteville.
Well, I tell you what, he just rolled along on that one. What a job. Nothing to be ashamed about, though, with Paulson of Belmont Platteville. He was the number 2 seed. He just ran into a buzzsaw in Anderson today.
You bet. Both in Division II, so not sure how they quite pair up. If Melmin usually sometimes goes north, but sometimes they are in the same sectional, and that can be a barn burner sectional too. For
right
Division
down
II.
here. In fact, the the plan is, the hope is, you're going to be able to cover the Hornets down here, and when Richland Center hosts that sectional, that should be a great day of wrestling. I'll be up in Westby for the Division III sectional.
Yep, that'll be a barn burner.
Oh boy!
I think I can maybe travel over that hill over here.
just kind of roll down the hill on that.
Now, once I get to the top, it's all downhill.
Get the toboggan out.
There you go.
Come sailing in. So,
yeah, it's kind of helping out that Manning crew. We kind of picked a lot of these cornfields right around here.
Oh, I'll bet. Yeah. Was he doing that with Rick?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's the farmer in the area, and the Manino does the chopping of the hay. I take that back. That was hay.
Was that hay?
The corn. Yeah, the corn did it with his brother. Okay. A lot of fun times.
6-0 to score down here on mat number 4 at 138 pounds. Again, you got Schneider of Reedsburg and Bemis of Toma. And I think we got it decided that it was
Bemis is in front
with the lead.
Yep. 4-1 here in the third place match is the young man from Monroe, Dubach, still winning in that match, 4-1 with 30 seconds to go in the second period as we had that injury time out there earlier.
Well, thanks to the fine folks at Pizza Hut right here in Richland Center, just outside of town. Luncheon buffet. I don't know if they still have the buffet going on just yet or not, but hand toss, pan, thin, crispy, stuffed crust, you name it. All kinds of great products here when it comes to a pizza of your choice. Make your own as well. That's Pizza Hut here in Richland Center. Well, picking up some back points here. It looks like Bemis is going to get a couple, but he might give up a reversal here as he got a little bit high. And trying to come out the back door, Schneider is able to do that. And he'll get the 2 for the reversal and the 3 near fall prior to that. So the final score will be 9-2, and it's going to be Bemis picking up the victory for Toma.
In the fifth place match.
Yes. So all we have is a third place, Kirk.
Yep, 4-1 errors. We start the third period, still in favor of Dubach from Monroe.
Taking a look at Richland Electric Cooperative. Thanks to Trevor and the crew, always striving to bring their patrons nothing but the best at an affordable price. Be sure to give them a call at 647-3173. Again, thanks to Trevor Clark and Richland Electric Cooperative. And out there in Blue River, it's Richland Grant Telephone Cooperative. Appreciate their terrific support. Best of luck to all the area teams at the annual Richland Center Invite. And look forward to supporting that Bi-State Classic coming up here this year. And just as a heads up, folks, this year we have to do the Bi-State on a tape-delayed basis. So we'll be getting that information out, let you know. It'll be on Channel 14 in Vernon Communications. They'll shoot it out to all of our affiliates, and I'll have matches on my YouTube channel as well later on. Trying to come up with almost look like a bit of a spladle, but it's more of a banana split when they do it that way. Was a Monroe wrestler in Dubach. Trying to get a tilt, can't do that. Now he's got, boy, what an arch. Good job here by Platteville, Belmont. My goodness.
No, that's the Richland
Center, Thielman.
That's Thielman, yeah.
I saw that orange and
I know,
gray.
Yeah. Right now, they both have the same colors, school colors, orange and black.
Yeah.
Works out well for me, though, because I had grandkids in both schools. So
can't go wrong.
I couldn't go wrong. Oh. I was told, though, I could not wear one to the other event.
Is that right, though? Yeah. They do put that stipulation on you?
Well, the boss did, you know. She said, your grandkid will never forgive you.
Tell the boss that her picture is on one of the commercials for WCCU. So
well, she's retired from there now, but she would probably would appreciate it.
She'll still like that.
Yeah,
though,
she would. Yes. A lot of good years there.
Yeah.
Good organization. Former Ithaca dude running that thing,
Yeah,
too.
no kidding. That's right.
Yeah.
Kevin Hauser.
Kevin Hauser does a very fine job. Well, final there for the young man from Monroe as he holds off and beats Mr. Thielman from Richland Center 4-1 as we complete the 138-pound weight class. Almost half done now as we go through the championship round.
Well, let's take a look at 145 pounds. They hand out the awards at 132, but they're just rocking and rolling here, getting things done. Let's maybe set the stage here with Kirk once again.
Okay, we'll go to the championship round here. We have Connor Gorski from Baraboo, the number 1 seed, and he will take on Landon Radke, the number 2 seed. 2 undefeated wrestlers going here. Radke from River Valley and Gorski from Baraboo. Should be a fine match in the championship there. Our third place match, because of an injury here, we're going to have a forfeit there. The young man from Cashton, Klinkner, going to receive third place there by injury default. Then down in our fifth place match, we have Hanson from Westby. We'll keep an eye on that for you, Ken will. And he'll be taking on Trudeau from Reedsburg. And then in our seventh place match, we have Muckler from Richland Center taking on Fry from GET on mat number 1.
Well, as you mentioned then, Klinkner picks up the victory on that injury default, and we're going to move into the fifth place match at 145 pounds. We'll take a look, no score down there. And again, remember, folks, a 1 minute first period on the consolation side. Only the championship match will go 2-2-2. There's a quick takedown. That is Reedsburg coming up with the takedown here in Trudeau over Dominic Hansen of Westby.
Did you ever hear that name at Reedsburg before?
Just a couple of times, right? My goodness, what a name.
Does that mean we've been around a while, Ken?
I think so. I'm afraid it does.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
We'll take that, too.
We'll take it. Yeah. We can be proud of that, right?
You betcha. Yeah. We're still walking and kicking.
That's the good part.
There you go. Oh.
Well, Hansen is going to take a little time out there. He's going to have some blood, so they're going to take care of that. Let's come back to Kirk with the championship match here at 145.
Radke getting an early takedown, as our fans have seen, and they enjoyed. But he takes a 2-0 lead here with 45 seconds to go here in the first period against a fine wrestler, a junior from Westby, Connor Gorski. Radke, only a junior himself, with a fine record coming here. Like we said, 2 undefeated wrestlers going here in our championship match, and both with a lot of wins. This is probably a replay of maybe you can see several other times yet this year, because I know they're in other tournaments together, including the Bi-State.
Mm-hmm.
Far in there's a fall is the young man from GET, Fry. He catches Muckler in a nice armbar series and pins him 17 seconds into the second period. So 1:17 the fall time down there for Fry from GET.
Well, that'll give the Titan group a couple extra team points.
You bet. As I brought that up again here just recently, and it's still a very tight 3-team race there, so it's kind of in everybody's game here. And as we talked earlier, as Troy alluded to, a lot of his strength starts about this point, and we're going to see a probably steady flow of Ithaca Weston wrestlers coming out here in the championship, and likely even in the third place match and the placement matches. So it could get exciting.
Right, very much so.
Bonus points and head-to-head matchups, which we didn't get quite into the matchups, but we'll cover them as we get there and help you out.
There you go.
And if you were following along at home, you already have them set up. But good championship match here as we go into the second period, 2-0. The only other one we got going is down there in your that's a 5th place match down there.
Right.
And that's between Hanson of Westby. He's taking on Trudeau of Reedsburg.
And it's 2-0, as Kirk mentioned here, with that Trudeau with that early lead. And we got about 1:20 left in period number 2.
We'll just highlight to get you excited here, too. Our next match at 152 is going to feature quite an area matchup, as we're going to have Lincoln Manning from Ithaca, and he's going to take on Riley Wanakee from Riverdale, and that'll be a great match.
That should be exciting. Wanakee coming in with an undefeated record right now, and I tell you what, he's been wrestling very, very well.
Yep, and Lincoln only with 1 loss, and I'm sure he maybe got that last week over at the Dells tournament.
He lost 4-3 to a ranked wrestler from maybe Fond du Lac or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the privilege of helping, let's say, organize the referees over there, since I don't officiate anymore. And I'll tell you, our quarterfinals over there were just tremendous. We had 8 tremendous teams in the quarterfinals, and 3 of them being Division I teams from that team sectional that we were talking about up there at New Lisbon later on, or early in 2022.
Yeah. That's almost hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Wow, tremendous amount of action there at the end of the first period, but Radke maintains his lead as he built it up there to a 5-0 lead at the end of the second period. Now going into the third period, going to go from their feet, 5-0 score. Radke Landon with the lead right now.
We move into period number 3 here, Kirk, on this 5th place match, and it's now 4-3 as Hanson was able to sneak away for the escape to close the gap to within 1.
Good for him.
He'll choose the down position to start period number 3, and now a caution on Trudeau. He didn't put the hand on the belly button right away.
Tough official. Do want to pimp them just a little bit. A fine officiating crew here. Some of them been here pretty close to 15, 20 years. What a move there by Gorski, though. I better quit talking. That was quite one of those Jap throws he was trying there, but Radke countered it well, and it's going to be Radke coming up with a takedown, and he extends his lead 7-0.
You know, I think what happened there was the reason it probably didn't work was he didn't quite get a very tight hold on that arm. He just loose enough, and Radke, boy, he popped those hips down really quick, didn't he?
You bet. And like you say, position.
Yep.
And Radke countered it well. As we talked about earlier, there's a little family history there, too.
Yes.
But a fine match here. But Radke so far has been dominating here with 1:45 to go here. And he has a nice 7-0 lead. But as Ken knows, there's no lead that's ever fail-proof.
Oh, boy, that's for sure.
Speaking close to a pin down there, but it flipped you.
Well, speaking of that, because now Hansen has come from behind and has tied things up. He's got his opponent, Tordeau, in trouble on his back. He's going to pick up some points as long as he doesn't get too high and get re-rolled here. 3 near fall coming, so he'll lead 9-6, but now he's got to get into a bit of a scramble situation, hang on to that leg. Trying to sneak out around from behind, he's able to do so, maintaining control and that 3-point advantage.
He's got a slight cheering section over here to the left, too.
Slight?
Oh, trying to tell, maybe that could be the Reedsburg tour. Okay, that may be right.
Well, down to 5 seconds to go here, and Hansen is going to sneak away with the win. He comes from behind and picks up the victory. Congratulations to him, and back to you.
Radke completes that match there. A very nice job with a 7-0 score, and he is your champion. That would be Landon Radke from River Valley at 1:45.
You know, he picks off the number 1 seed in Connor Gorski, who was undefeated coming into that match, Kirk.
Yep, a great match there. That was one of their finer ones we've had so far.